Today we'll be working in this workshop. What we're doing, you see a lot of work is done here, a lot of time is spent in this workshop. We're going to be taking down this ceiling fan, which was put up about 6 months ago, and we're going to install an exhaust fan. Thanks. You want to pick out a high quality exhaust fan, something that'll suck out a lot of carbon monoxide and even tar and nicotine. One of the most important things about any project is creating a comfortable work atmosphere for you. The garage can get pretty cold in the wintertime, even in Florida. What we're going to use is just a temporary space heater, but we're going to do it safely. The correct surroundings and a stable platform for your space heater are very important. It's important to have the space heater level too. Eyeball it if you need to, or you can actually lay a level on it. The other thing about the space heater is preferably a dedicated circuit. Space heaters use a lot of power, and you want to make sure it's plugged into pretty much its own circuit with no interference from other appliances. Needless to say, working in a garage, there's a lot that can go wrong. This is a typical garage, and just look around at all the possible potential safety hazards. One good idea is to always leave yourself a way out. A designated fire exit with a clear, clean path to the outside world can mean the difference between life or death. It's a good idea for you and your family to have an escape plan, and you should always know your way out. Try this little experiment at home. Remember, in an emergency, time is everything. Every second, every minute, every half hour is critical. A room can fill up with smoke in a matter of seconds. Not bad. 55 minutes. Try to get your time to improve a little bit more each time. Now let's get to work. The first thing we need is a ladder. Because of recent budget restraints, we've selected this aluminum ladder. We feel it's just as good as those fiberglass ladders you usually see electricians use. And speaking of electric, remember that electricity is always looking for a path to ground. So always keep yourself insulated from ground when working on electrical appliances. Now that we've got our work environment safe and comfortable, it's time to select the right tool for the job. Sometimes you got to get yourself in the right frame of mind. Okay, the first thing we need to do is remove the old blades. We'll get our number 2 Phillips and start. Sometimes they can be a little tight. If the Phillips doesn't work, you can try a slot head. Sometimes that'll get a better connection to your screw. Now these have only been up here for 6 months, so they shouldn't be too hard. There's always another way. You might want to get a helper for this next procedure. Right there. And that's all there is to it. Okay, looks like we're ready for the next step. Sometimes you can recycle an old ceiling fan. Find out if a neighbor or Habitat for Humanity could use this fan. The next step is the canopy removal. Now some canopies require a stubby Phillips screwdriver to get them down. If you don't have one at your disposal, you can always improvise. Sometimes the right angle makes all the difference in the world. The next step, getting to the wire connections. Sometimes you have to lower the fan motor in order to get to the wires. Slip it out of the ball, and there's all your wire connections. Working by yourself, it's a little trickier. Take your wire cutters and cut them one at a time. Black first, white second, ground last. For time constraints, we've chosen these wire cutters. And finally, the mounting bracket removal. 2 screws will remove the mounting bracket, but again, with the time constraints, we have to resort to another tool. There, that should be good for this week. Next week, on Home Time, we'll cut in the exhaust pipe. Until then, I'm Dean Jackson.